Lovely to be with you. This course has really been felt in my bones when I have the opportunity and the pleasure to say things that are truly life-changing for me and to share with others and then get feedback on the meaning and the impact that it has had on other people. I feel like we are all spreading the wealth, as it were. And tonight, we're going to even go a little deeper with our work in the heart's intelligence, which is honesty. Now, the practice of honesty will reveal the power of innocent perception. Glenda Green says that innocent perception was the sweetest part of Yahshua's teachings because it required nothing more than being alert with eyes wide open, like a child watching a caterpillar for the first time. Yahshua said that innocent perception was a critical factor in all new findings because we must set aside our filtering concepts in order to discover what has not yet been revealed. It's also through innocent perception that we come into the presence of God. This is why it is said you must become as little children in order to enter the kingdom of heaven. Through innocent perception, you may also perceive the presence of God in all existence. This is purity of perception. Through practicing this, you can be at peace with your life and see the beauty of what is before you. This reminds me of moments of enlightenment. There is a weekend workshop that we've done in our School of Integrative Psychology, and some of the people here on the class tonight have done this. It's called the Enlightenment Intensive, and it's constructed to drive you out of your mind. I mean, in a good sense, drive you out of your mind to where the only thing that really resonates with you is telling the truth from your heart. And when people get to that place where they give up any pretense, they give up anything other than speaking the truth of their heart, it literally changes how they see life around them. We're going to play with a little bit of this tonight. So, behold this experience of everything being created in innocence, if you want to see the face of God. It's not the mind's province to create reality, but rather to observe, integrate, understand, and implement reality. So things look familiar to you. Oh, that's a cup. That's a pencil. That's a person that I'm afraid of. So immediately, as we see, our mind is busy categorizing things. We're going to practice setting that aside in a few minutes. So it's the province of the heart to accept reality. The pure heart will accept unconditionally. Although the mind strives to understand, it will invent what it cannot understand. Or worse, it will judge. This is a dangerous phenomenon, for the mind will invent realities that lead you away from who you are and the true purpose of your life. When you surrender to the fact that existence does not require invention, that it simply is, you'll be on the threshold of actually looking into the face of God. Judgment will separate you from this sacred space. Judgment is actually the only sin of which the pure heart and perfect child of God is capable. Judgment was the original sin, and continual pursuit of it will keep you from the presence of your Creator. So, we're going to do an exercise here called innocent perception. We're going to take a minute to practice innocent perception, which may not be as easy as it seems, until we train our mind appropriately. So, on handout 1, we have a printout which you're going to use, or just a piece of paper, something to write with immediately when we do this exercise. So, I'm going to ask you to get that right now before we start. Get a piece of paper or a printout or some device that you can write on immediately. I'll give you just a minute if you need to search around in a drawer, get your notebook, which is fine. Okay? So, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to focus on something in your immediate field of vision for 30 seconds. So you don't have to go outside, you don't have to find something special to look at, anything. It will make no difference what it is. But I'm going to ask you to turn your mind off from its familiar categorization. For example, when I was just writing this exercise here for our class, I looked down on my desk and there was a mechanical pencil laying on it, which I know I use to write with. All right, but that's my mind putting categorization on it. So like a baby seeing the object for the first time, just notice. Well, its color. Oh, it's purple. Its shape, long and pointy. Texture. Well, it's shiny and bright on one end and more dull and soft on the other end. Notice, is it inviting or scary to touch? Is it moving or is it still? Is it hot or cold? Do you feel drawn to it or averse to it? Or just neutral? So, as you scan it, notice, are there any variations in its shape? There's lettering on my mechanical pen, for example, but as a child, I wouldn't know what the letters meant. I just, there's little gold bumps on there, okay? Okay, so right now, focus on something in your immediate field of vision for 30 seconds. It doesn't make any difference what it is. For 30 seconds, and I will keep time for you. Go ahead. Just keep breathing easy and take it in. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to stop looking at what you've been focusing on and write down now a description of what you see from innocent perception. This is section 2 of handout 1, or just a piece of paper or an electronic device now. So for the next minute and a half, just write down everything about what it was you were focusing in. Again, if you notice your mind putting labels on it, or on its looks or its functionality, just stop and go back to describing it as a child might upon seeing it for the first time. Okay, now stop writing and go back and look again at what you had been focusing on. Just 15 seconds or so, look at it and see, is there anything you notice about it now that you didn't notice before, or that you didn't write in section 3. Okay, again, stop reviewing it, and in section 3, right now, what you notice in addition to or different from than what you wrote in section 2. So go ahead, write down what you notice, be aware of what observations you've had about not only the object, but observations that you've had about this experiment. Was it easy, or did it feel, I'm taking a test here, I'm going to get graded on this? Or how easy was it to turn off your mind? Now, finally, note in section 4, what application might this experiment have in your life? In other words, how might you use innocent perception to have value for you in your life? Under what circumstances might that be a useful tool for you? Okay, now bring yourself back to the group with the intention of practicing innocent perception more often, either by design or spontaneously in your life, to allow freshness of perspective and to have awe fill your days. This template of handout 1 can be used for further practice whenever you choose.